Hey everyone, Kevin here. In this video what I'd like to do is play Kung Fu on the NES for all of you. Kung Fu is a port of the arcade game Kung Fu Master. It was released in 1984 as a tie-in to Jackie Chan's film Wheels on Meals. Now those of you who have played the game and those of you who have seen the film will know that these two things don't have anything in common with each other. The only thing that it has in common is that the main character is called Thomas and his girlfriend is called Sylvia. Apart from that, it has nothing to do with the game. But that wasn't uncommon at the time to just tie movies in with games, and the games would really have nothing to do with the film. The game really is a rip-off of Bruce Lee's incomplete film Game of Death. You go along right to left, you fight a boss, you go up the stairs, you go left to right and then you fight a boss. It's exactly like Game of Death, it's a complete rip-off. Every level you fight a different boss. Now, the arcade machine was amazing at the time. I remember I played it the first time back in, it was in Ibiza for a holiday with my parents, and I was always asking for money off my parents so I could play it because I was addicted to it. It was then ported to a lot of home consoles like Commodore 64, Amstrad, Spectrum. It was even ported to the Atari, would you believe? It was released in Japan as Spartan X, and I believe there was a sequel called Spartan X 2, although it wasn't a true sequel, it was more kind of like a Streets of Rage thing. But the one that I remember was Kung Fu on the NES, and I bought the NES, I got the Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt combo, but I also got Kung Fu at the same time, and it was a fantastic game. And I mean, this game, if you look back, this game was really an inspiration to a lot of classic games like Final Fight, Streets of Rage, even games like Street Fighter, you know. And it's a fantastic game. It's quite a short game. You know, you can complete it very quickly, like 5 to 10 minutes, but it's got a lot of replay value as well. Now, a lot of younger viewers might be looking at this game and think this looks terrible, but you need to remember this was released in 1985, and back then this was a fantastic port. It really was a fantastic port. Now, nowadays arcade machines, they don't really look that good. Now, if you go to the cinema, which is where you normally see arcade machines, the arcade machines tend to be like 5 years old, 10 years old, sometimes even, you know, older arcades like Daytona and all that are still in the cinema. But it was different back in the 80s and the early 90s. It was playing the arcades was kind of like playing games from the future, you know, because it was the technology of arcade machines was like 4 or 5 years ahead of home consoles. So at home you had a Spectrum or an Atari or a Commodore, and then you would play an arcade machine that had all these amazing graphics. And more than often than not, when you played a port of an arcade machine, the port looked nothing like the game that you played in the arcade. So, I mean, as you know, it kind of caught up, and now PC gaming and, you know, you've got PlayStation 4s and things like that. The graphics are kind of the forefront of technology. But back then it was very different, and Kung Fu on the NES was actually one of the better ports of arcades at the time. Might surprise you, but it was, and I still think the graphics look great personally, but that's probably because I've got a kind of nostalgic view of it all. So I'm going to play for y'all Kung Fu. I've not played it in a while, but hopefully I don't embarrass myself and I can get through quite a few levels for y'all. Let's get to it. So here I am with the NES version of Kung Fu Master, and this is just called Kung Fu. As you can see, it's quite colourful. I think it's a good game, graphics wise, and I still think it looks great. Now it's essentially a one-player game, but there's a two-player option, and it works kind of the same way as Mario Brothers does. You know, if you choose two-player, then if the first player will go, and when they die, the second player will play along, and you're both trying to get the highest score. Essentially, that's all there is to it. There's two modes in the NES version: Game A and Game B. Game B just means more enemies, and they will do more damage as well. So it's essentially Game A is normal mode and Game B is hard mode. But I've not played this in years and I'm a chicken, so I'm just going to choose the easier mode, because if not, I'll be finished in about 3 seconds flat, no doubt. So let's get to it. So you can see here, there's 5 boxes at the top, and those represent the different levels in the game. You've got your kick, and you've got punch. Now the punch you need to be a bit closer in. You can jump, and you can go down low. And you need to go low. Sometimes those little guys will throw knives at you. You can see there, the points. I'm getting 200 for punching, but when you kick you only get 100. I think you get 200 for jumping kicking. So this is the first end guy. The guy with a big stick. And you can see I'm doing a very simple tactic there. I'm going down low and I'm just kicking his leg low. That works with quite a lot of the bosses, if not all of the bosses. And I guess it's a kind of cheap way to win, but I've not played this in years. I'm not a young kid anymore. I don't play this all the time, so if I can beat the game doing it this way, that's the way I'm going to do it. Okay, so this level's got a lot of different things. Those things explode. I think it was right. So I was saying earlier on that you get. I'm not able to show you yet. There's an individual guy I'll show you that you get 200 for the jumping kick. It's a terrible jump there, see that? You see a lot of times, so then the level a lot of the guys will just keep following you. But I just run to the end, and then when you get to the end, they disappear, and then you go up the stairs. It's such a rip-off of Bruce Lee's Game of Death, it's unbelievable. So here's the story. Mr. X has kidnapped your girlfriend Sylvia. She's screaming, "Help me, Thomas." Now, I was saying earlier that this was a very short game, and you can see that already. No, I've only been playing this up a minute or two, and I'm on the 3rd level, and there's only 5 levels. Right, so see those little green guys? Ah. Getting killed here. Those little green guys, see that? They'll jump up sometimes, and they become a little bit of a pain, because when they jump, sometimes other ones will go low and they'll grab you. And that sound, I believe, means I've got an extra life. So here we are with what looks like John Foreman. Look at how much I took that with the old sweeping technique. That's it, level 3's gone. I got quite a lot of energy taken off that level, but pretty straightforward. We're at level 4. Left to right again. Right. You can quickly lose a lot of energy. See these little bugs get to you. It must be towards the end. Right. So this lady, she's actually quite hard at first. I made her look very easy, but sometimes what she'll do is she'll throw a fireball towards you, and then she'll throw one down. I think it's a she. If she throws it down, you nearly always get hit. It's very difficult to dodge. But what you have to do is, you can't kick her high, you can't kick her head, so you have to duck, and then just keep punching her, and that's it. I'm now on the last level. It shows you how quick this game is. Okay, let's have you. 5th floor, let's do it. Ah, that was terrible timing. In my defence, I'm trying to talk at the same time. So focusing. There's a lot of energy here actually. Oh, this is a bad level. At least I got that little jumping guy. It was annoying me. That double action. I don't know why I've just imploded this level. So I'm going to use the tried and tested formula here. I've got very little energy, so if he hits me once I'm dead. doing that, and then look at that. That's it. That's Kung Fu on the NES. I've got the lady. Now, what happened with most NES games back in the day was that when the games were short, they just played it all over again. And that's what happens here. The happiness does not continue long. So you can see here now you can see there I've got my lives 3 and it's got a picture of a dragon that says 1. So now I need to go through it all over again, and this time the enemies are a little bit harder and there's a little bit more. And you've still got the same amount of time to try and beat each level, so it gets a little bit more difficult. But I won't bore you with that. So there you go, that's Kung Fu on the NES. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you'd like to play the game, you can download an emulator for your phone, for your tablet, for your computer. Or if you want, go and play the original, go onto eBay and you should be able to still pick up a copy. Thanks for watching guys, till next time. Cheers.